Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. It's a beautiful day, although it's a little wet, but it's still beautiful. Look at this. It's still beautiful. Look at that. You know, being amongst nature, having time freedom. Yeah, having time freedom is extremely important for life. Yeah, think of this. Right now, somebody is getting ready for work, you know, actually working. Some people even, they claim they have time freedom. Yet, they are working for themselves. And when you're working for yourself, you got to work even harder. There are no days off. Yeah? There are no days off. You know? When you work for a business or a company, you have to submit yourself to the rules of that company. But when you get to a level of enlightenment in terms of when you know what real money is, which is time, you start to view the world with a different set of binoculars. And you're able to identify things that correlate with time. So first and foremost, we are our greatest asset. And we have time. If you woke up this morning, congratulations. Congratulations, because your bank account has been reset. Every time you open up your eyes, your bank account resets. Time, because everybody gets the same amount of time, right? Everybody gets the same amount of time per day. Yeah? Whereby other people, they have, when they're working for themselves, right, they have to put in maximum effort all the time, and then they have to what? Go to the market, and then they have to convince the market that the product that they have is what they want or need. Bitcoin is one of those things whereby over time, people are going to understand that Bitcoin is not only something that you want, it's something that you need. But that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight or as soon as you're talking to somebody about Bitcoin. It's gonna click. Right? It took me years before I got to this point to understand that Bitcoin is the end-all be-all. And I agree. Van whoever, it is game over. Yeah? And guess who it's game over for? It's game over for all of those who are trying to do anything else besides Bitcoin. because all roads lead to Bitcoin. If you look at it from the macro point of view, countries are talking about acquiring Bitcoin and backing Bitcoin. I mean, not backing Bitcoin, but using Bitcoin to back their national currency. So, and in order to do that, one must have the actual physical Bitcoin. This is what is going to drive the price of Bitcoin through the roof. Now, you may say, what does BitHarvest have to do with this? Well, with BitHarvest, we mine Satoshis daily, passively, right? I don't need to log on to a website. I don't need to line up or look at the markets, right? I don't need to look at the markets. I don't need to study any candles. I don't need to study the candle work. I don't have to look at charts and graphs and try to telegraph this and try and time the market. Although I can trade, I do trade. I've had a good time trading. I also teach people how to trade. If you're interested to learn how to trade, you can hit me up. Right? Already did a few webinars over the past couple of weeks. Yeah? And having wonderful conversations about trading. Trading is fun. Yeah? Not discouraging trading. However, it's not the same thing as getting Satoshis on a daily basis into my bank account. Yeah? This is why BitHarvest is one of those vehicles. It's gonna be that slow giant. The bamboo. Right? If you've ever heard of the bamboo metaphor, right? And how bamboo grows is that when you plant the bamboo seed, nothing happens for about 5 years. Nothing happens. But you still have to water it, nurture the soil, tend to it, right? Make sure there's no weeds. For 5 years. But for 5 years, it's going to look barren. But on that, that next year, that shoot comes up out of the ground, and it starts growing exponentially, and they grow tall, strong. It's exponential growth. This is what's going to be the case for BitHarvest, right? However, it's not going to take that long, because we see through through the channels that we're looking at, especially from a macro point of view, Bitcoin itself is set to go north of 400,000 next year, which means that we may be mining $5 a day now. It could be $50 a day next year, give or take. And even at $50 a day, that's oh, excuse me, $50 a day passive. That's a good chunk of change. Just for signing up and acquiring an asset like the BitBooster from BitHarvest, right? And the one key component that unleashes your exponential growth and value is time. time is the strongest component with Bitcoin. It overrides everything and everybody else. So you could be working on a project, you know, you're probably doing your own coin. Okay. Good for you. Not downplaying that at all. You know. However, just know that you're not the only one doing it. And you're one of tens of thousands competing, which means it's, you're not original, right? You're going to say that, oh, this is doing this or that, or this is what makes this different. But at the end of the day, people just want yield. People want to know if they're going to make money. So if you're doing a project, you're hoping that people read everything about your coin or your token or your project. You're hoping. But the main thing that's going to be prevalent, especially in the next decade, is going to be Bitcoin, because people are going to be looking at the price of Bitcoin skyrocket. That's right. Especially when it gets to $1 million a coin. That's coming. You better hope. No, be thankful that it's not $1 million a coin, because especially I'm very grateful that it's not $1 million a coin, because it gives me an opportunity to stack more boosters. And I get to utilize the system. To stack boosters. So we got to leverage the system to buy boosters. We don't even have to come out of our pocket. So not only are we using technology to we're leveraging technology to mine the world's best asset, which is Bitcoin, Satoshis. We also get to utilize the system to acquire the BitBooster asset, which is the actual device or entity that allows us to mine Bitcoin. Yeah? We get to grow our BitBooster farm through the system. So the more BitBoosters that we get to accumulate, the more Satoshis we get. It's that simple. It is really that simple, and it's passive. Something else to consider. Whenever you purchase, whether it's 100 or 1,000, 200, the minimum is 100. You will get your money back. You'll get that $100 back. If I'm not mistaken, in a couple of weeks. All right. Consider that. Meaning, no, it's not a couple of weeks, sorry. It's approximately 3 months. Sorry. 3 months. Approximately. I'm thinking about the time that I had a booster, when I just had the one booster, and it was about 2 weeks till it reached 100, and I was like, oh wow, this is nice. So yeah, so if you have one full booster, you're getting like $100 every 2 weeks, and then you can get more boosters if you want, or you could wait the 3 months until you get your $1,000 back, if you want to do that. And then the rest is golden. The 9 months you could build. You got 9 months after that, which means you could potentially get 3 boosters just from the system within a year. Consider that. You purchase 1 booster, you could get your money back after 3 months, and then you can acquire 3 more boosters from the system. Not out of your own pocket. With 1 booster. And then the following year, you could stack up with 4 more boosters. So you could potentially get 4 boosters a year just from the system. But don't forget, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up, which means the price of your Satoshis are going to go up. So it might be $5 a day now, but in the future, that $5 becomes 50. And then the 50 becomes 500. If any one of you out there, you're watching this, if you're familiar with Drip, if you could recall the project Drip and how people were making stupid money from Drip, because it was like a mining type of thing from the Drip coin, Drip token. And depending on how much Drip you had, right? If you had a max account, you were making a whole lot of money because the actual price of the coin went up to like $100, right? And if you had a max account, right, you were getting like something like 2,000, if it was 2,000 tokens or something like that. But if each token was priced at $100, now you see what I'm saying? And people were cashing out and making, you see what I'm saying? They were cashing out. You check it out. I don't know what the project is doing now. However, that's my point in regards to projects. Some are successful for a while, but then they die out, they fizzle out. With Bitcoin and this opportunity, it's not going to fizzle out. However, it's going to be the same effect. I liken this project to Drip, but it's with Bitcoin. And we're just getting our Bitcoin or our Satoshis, right? We're mining our Satoshis. And we're just going to continue to mine the Satoshis when 1 Satoshi equals $1. I'm telling you, man, if that's not motivation for you, that's game over. That's game over right there. When 1 Satoshi equals $1. And that's coming. That's coming sooner than a lot of people would think. And I know many of you trolls out there wouldn't want that to happen. But hey, that's what's happening. I'm just grateful that I'm positioned. Woke up to Satoshis this morning. And it's daily. It's every day. And it's just a matter of time before the $5 becomes 500 a day. And that's freedom money right there. That's freedom money. You could free yourself. That's the power of BitHarvest. And you don't need a lot. However, if you do have a lot, that's all you're doing is helping strengthen the Bitcoin network. That's another good reason to get involved with BitHarvest, because to get involved with BitHarvest means you are strengthening the Bitcoin network. It means you are for Bitcoin. So if you're, gung-ho, even a Bitcoin maximalist will get involved with anything that's going to support the Bitcoin network. And BitHarvest is one of those entities, one of those projects. It's decentralized, it's open source. Yep. It's open source. And it works well with the Bitcoin network. What more could you possibly want or even ask for? What more could you even ask for? So, it looks like the rain has stopped. Looks like the rain has stopped. Let's see if we could take a little journey. Shall we? What you think? Let's see what's happening. Oh. All right, so we're just going to take a look. Yeah, it's not raining anymore. So we could catch some of this coastline. Oh, looks, there's a ship in today. You're in for a treat. But like I said, I'm on my time. It's somebody out there working for somebody else's dream. And they don't have the time, freedom. Oh wow, look at that. See? Can you see it? It's pretty far. Let's try this. Let's try that. Oh yeah, look at that. Ship's in. See that? People pay thousands of dollars, ladies and gentlemen, to be where I'm at. See what I'm saying? This is the perks of living on an asset. When you live on an asset, your whole mentality changes. This is my everyday life. This is what I get to do. Yeah. Some people are in an office right now. Look at this. Look. This just in. Look. See, look. Cruising in. Mega yachts. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Let's get that. Let's get that. Oh yeah. It's gonna be us one day. Most definitely. Look at that. Yeah, this is what they call when the ships roll in. When the ships roll in. Oh yeah. When our BitHarvest bag comes in, that's what we'll be on. Yeah, how many Bitcoiners are on that? Are on that ship? But like I said, people pay thousands of dollars just to be where I'm at. It's a beautiful thing when you know what an asset is. This is why I'm all for Bitcoin and I'm all for BitHarvest, so that I can continue to live this lifestyle. This is the lifestyle I want to have for the next 20 years, I want to be able to do this continuously. I don't want to have to work for somebody else. I don't want to have to work on something to try and convince somebody else that they need it or want it. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to have the most options when I wake up, because options is wealth. Options is wealth. The more options you have, the more wealthy you are. This is all part of the mindset of the 1%. How many options do you have? BitHarvest is positioning you to have a plethora of options in the future. However, right now we are in the seeding process. We're just seeding right now. Getting the message out there, right? Sharing the information. Why? Because it just came out, right? BitHarvest just came out. So we are in the phase of seeding. We are in the phase of seeding, right? We're casting our, what is sower? What is sower? Like the farmer, we're just sowing. Grow the seeds. Yeah? Some are gonna catch, some are gonna fall by the wayside, some are gonna get eaten up, some are gonna get choked. But some are gonna grow in good soil. Some are gonna land on good soil and grow. And then we get to reap the harvest. Make sure that for yourself, you are planting the seeds in good soil. Don't choke out your earned harvest. Make sure your bedding is not stony. Yeah? But hey, that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sharing the time. I know, you could have been doing other things, but I thought I'll just give you a glimpse of what I do on a daily with my time freedom. So wherever you are, bless up. Peace.